sort of, how do I say this? I end up in a situation where it gets really weird, man. I won't lie. Okay, so let's go. We're back and let's do this. Let's get to drawing. Let's get a nice brush for myself. If you look at how I draw, I primarily use a single brush most of the time, generally speaking. Okay, let's use this for today. Now, alright, so earlier today I was going through my old sketchbook. I just happened to find it, and I've done like this whole flipping through my sketchbook of sketchbook tour. This was the first ever sketchbook that I eventually completed. I had it nearly 12 years ago. It's not really a sketchbook, it's a 5 subject notebook. It was empty on the inside and the pages were really thin. So, like, there's a lot of bleeding, and I did a lot of pencil art primarily because that's all I was comfortable with. That was my first ever sketchbook. I drew a bunch of things in it, and I kept it all the way till I filled a large majority of it. I didn't complete it. I think I found another sketchbook, or I must have made another sketchbook at that time, and I decided to abandon it. That was my first ever sketchbook. Like, I've said that like several times now. But going through it just gave me a lot of ideas. Just going through my old sketchbook gave me a lot of ideas on what I could do to complete, not complete, like to show the progress in my art. That's one. And it gave me a lot of ideas on things that I could draw. So that's possibly one good idea for a person who has an art block. Go through your old sketchbooks. That's pretty good advice. I'm gonna put that down. This is eventually gonna make itself into a video. What can you do when you have an art block? Yeah. The entire thing about artists is that you're essentially looking for inspiration, right? And sometimes when you get to a point where you're kind of good, you forget where you came from. You remember, you box yourself in with all these rules, and then looking at the past when you were less constrained by rules kind of gives you ideas. It sparks that, oh, I was here and I didn't really know I couldn't do that, and I just went ahead and did it, and it kind of looks okay. What if I did it with the knowledge that I have now? And that, you know, could help push you past the boundary of art block. Just an idea, think about it. That's my theory, anyway. It's possible that it could work. Give it a go. You never know. Am I becoming Dr. Zeus? Dr. Seuss. So recently I was telling my mom that there's another wedding happening at the end of this month. And she started complaining. She's like, why is everyone getting married and why aren't you? That was the subtext. Why aren't you getting married? And I have a very clear answer. I've said it many times. Anybody who asks me when I'm getting married, I just reply, once I'm a millionaire. Yeah. With a prenup, of course. That's how I am. That is who I am. The kind of things that just fall in place as you go through life are insane, man. It's insane. Ah, Bhagwan. So yesterday I did like a bunch of gesture drawings. I practiced my structure drawing. I just went through the entire process, and at the end I did a study of a nun character, and I had like this whole logic as to why I'm doing that. It's primarily because I will eventually be drawing a nun character, I suppose, right? I think the whole getting a job thing is gonna do me really good because when I was in Hyderabad, I was forced to become efficient, extremely efficient with my time, and I was getting a decent amount done. And ever since I got back, I've kind of taken things for granted, and I do end up spending a great deal of time on leisure. And I'm glad that, this is gonna help me get a lot more focused. I'm gonna be working part time. My income is gonna be partly tied to the amount of sales I generate. It's a freelance kind, not a freelance thing. It's a sales job, and I do believe I'm quite good at persuasion. Hey, buy my product, buy my product. It'd be funny. I'm just thinking of what it would be like if I created a product and I was like, hey, buy my product, dude. That'll be interesting. Essentially, I mean, I do think that selling is one of the world's oldest professions, and it's one of the most necessary professions, especially when you're trying to get people to buy something revolutionary. Because generally, if you have a revolutionary product, you're not gonna be able to sell it to people unless you're able to explain it to them. You have to make people understand what that new product is. And I don't know why I'm talking about marketing today. But yeah. Alright, so what do we do today? Are we doing gesture again? Let's do gesture again, shall we? Full body gesture. Yeah, okay. Gesture is important, so let's do that. Mm, this is a structural drawing. Okay, let's keep going with that structural flow. Let's be very decisive. Okay, this is supposed to be like this. Okay. If we start, sorry about that noise. While I was recording that video earlier today, I realized that it had so much ambient, like not ambient noise, just this construction happening in the house next to mine, which means there's a lot of. I apologize. That was. Oh god. Yeah, there's a lot of drills and like household tools going off. Very noisy, if I'm being honest. And which means that a lot of my videos have that noise in the background, which is kind of annoying. But there's nothing I can do about it. Ah, today, all in all, was a rather productive day. I got a lot of important things done. I've worked on an entire video. I shot it. I did the editing. There wasn't much. It was just a sketchbook tour, but I'm gonna have to add a story. There's no reason for people to just watch a sketchbook tour, is there? Or is there? I don't know. I don't know how people think anymore. Now that I'm here, I'm basically trying to bridge the gap, I suppose. Wait, am I recording this? No! No! I forgot to record. No! I'll download it. It's annoying, dude. No, I can just. No, I'll download it. It's there on YouTube. I'll download it. It's so annoying. I need to make a checklist of things that I need to do before going live. That would save so much time, honestly. Hey, yesterday and today was a very funny day. So I don't know if I've said this. I've been going to the gym for a while now. I've been lifting weights essentially. I've been weight training and strength training, and it's been a couple of months. I still can't deadlift with a proper form. And today someone told me that my form's really messed up, and maybe I should consider going back to dumbbells for a while to build up the right form. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. And I can't deadlift like so while I was in Hyderabad, a friend who's also like a strength coach told me that because I've been building strength the conventional way, which is just using a lot of body weight. I've been doing calisthenics pretty much most of my life and martial arts training. That has helped me build up strength. And she said that essentially, even if I put maybe like 70 kgs on the bar, you would be able to do it, but your form's gonna be horrible. So essentially, at least in the beginning, work on your form for a really long time. And she's also asked me to send her videos, and I haven't. I've taken a video today. I should send it to her. Okay, that's one. Took me a really long time to deconstruct this. Let me break it down and start from the top and go again. The entire point of doing this is one, to build a visual library, two, to do some iterative art, three, get better at art as well. Okay, once more, but this time we're going for the gesture. Let's make this slightly grayish. Makes me feel like it's really light. It's too big. Good thing this is digital and you can reduce the size of the drawing on the fly. Ain't that neat? Ain't that better? Ain't that better? Okay. This is like this, so this has to be like this, generally speaking. Our primary leg is over here. This is this didn't come out so well, did it? I'm using the wrong brush. That makes sense. Okay, let's pretend this is like that charcoal thingy. And see that? Kind of forces your thing to flow. Okay. I'm gonna size it down, bring it here. Let's do another gesture. I think my gesture with that isn't quite perfect. Nope. Okay. Benefits of digital media again and again. Okay, leg goes behind. See, I'm getting better with each gesture drawing. It's flowing more intuitively. I'm gonna do this again. Look at that, look at that, it's way better than what I just did. I think changing the brush thing also helped. Let's do that again. Let's do that once more. Don't go for the insides, just focus on the outsides, just focus on the floor. I need to keep reminding myself to switch to the gesture mode. And yeah, there you go. There you go, look at that gesture, that's beautiful. Reminds me, I need to work out after this. I need to work out before I go to sleep. I'm trying to do too much. Might be burning out. Tomorrow is an active rest day for me, which means I can work out martial arts in the morning itself. Generally, we play football in the morning, but I'm not going tomorrow. It's been a while since I went for one of those sessions. I should go back. I should. For sure, for sure. Look at that. That's starting to look way better. Iterative drawing, man. This is a cheat. This is a hack. I will not lie. It really helps in improving. Just drawing the same. Who would have thought that drawing the same thing again and again and again would result in improvement? Who would have thunk? And hello to everybody watching. I am doing like a daily art practice thing. Doing my best to get it up to thing. as good as I can. We shall see how it goes. Um, I do have other content that is not particularly art related. If you'd like to go check it out, I would highly suggest you do. But that's it for the plug, and let's get back to the art. Alright, so this time I'm gonna go for a construction kind of style. It's a little more focused on one, two, and three. Let's focus on, yeah, focusing on getting the proportions right. I'm focused on getting the forms of the shape, which is why if you see this, I'm overly concentrating on. Okay, I'll tell you what, I will do a gesture on top of which I will do the structure. I think that'll reduce the stiffness of what I'm seeing because my first look at how much this flows compared to how stiff this is. The idea is to exaggerate the flow. Let's go. Let's go. Again, I do seem to have overshot. This is the brilliance. This is the one good thing about digital, but this also causes a lot of indecisiveness. Indecision. It might cause you to overthink certain decisions because you have so many options. But in terms of fixing your mistakes, just the best, dude. That's one of digital art's biggest assets as well as one of its biggest drawbacks, I suppose. Oh, that was off. I was off. I need to start practicing music. I need to start singing again. God. There's just so many habits of mine that I'm not able to carry on because it's very annoying. I don't know how I'm gonna handle all of this. This is another this is another cylinder. This is technically also a cylinder. This is also a cylinder. This is tell you what, let's go over that. Let's draw the form on top of that body. And okay, look at that. Would you look at the difference? I'll need to compare this with this because that's the only other structural piece. How do I say it? I focused on structure in that drawing as well as this one, right? Let's see how it goes. Let us see how it goes, my friend. think that works. Now for the comparison. This brush is I have a tough time adjusting to this particular brush. I don't quite know how to use it, and I think the only way I can get used to this brush is to use it more, which is an irony because okay, let's see this. This was number one. This was two. This was three, 4, and 5. Would you look at the difference already? Look at how stiff the pose is, all stiff here. Whereas there's a flow. Wait, let me just get my brush. Add another layer, and okay. So look at how. Hey, look at this. Okay, this is okay, but it's very technical. Whereas this pose actually flows like this. Do you see that? There's a flow here. There's no flow here. This is kind of stiff. This flows, yes, that's actually true. But after drawing, I've kind of gotten to the actual flow of the picture that the reference that I was using over here. It's more like a C curve. This is kind of straight. I've gotten that S curve again. See? Not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. Oh dear. I thought I didn't have it. I didn't use it. Okay. Let's bring this fellow out again. Belly. I think 6 might be overdoing it. Let's keep it at 5 this time as well. Now I'm gonna switch the pose. I'm gonna use the same brush. Okay, let's get back to this. I'm gonna do another pose. I'm gonna start off like I did last time with studying the structure. So, very technical. Let's get very technical. And the flow. Oh, this is without any flow practice whatsoever, huh? So one thing I could do to improve this particular stage, right, is just read the flow of the thing. I generally draw a line of action at this point. I haven't done that. That's something I've forgotten to do. I think I've gotten arrogant recently, considering that, thinking that I'm good enough to read the flow of the artwork without a line of action. That might be it. So Since this is, let's add characteristics and slowly flesh out the rest. Some thigh, legs, calf. You know what? I don't like this brush. I'm not able to make this work. Why? God, why? I think this will work for gesture. Let's make it slightly bigger. I'm in gesture mode. Remember that I'm in gesture mode. I'm in gesture mode. Minimums, as much as you can. So this way, this way. Kinda went overboard there. Overboard. First gesture didn't come out that well. But let's see how it goes. I might do a little more with this one. Okay. Let's do. See how the gesture reads even at that line, that size. No. Sorry, I'm gonna start over with this one. I'm supposed to be in gesture mode. I started overthinking it. Don't overthink. Just flow. Just flow. Just flow. Just flow. Minimum lines. Just put it down on paper. Just go. Just flow. Just flow. Just flow, brother. It's okay. Just point is. There's a parallel here. I don't like that way they designed it. The design parallel doesn't look that great. Mosquito, I got it. I do not like mosquitoes. I was heartbroken to find out that they're the reason that we have chocolate. For those of you who are wondering what I'm on, so one of the ways for chocolate to pollinate, the only way that chocolates can pollinate is through mosquitoes, apparently. I know oh god, it's a literal deal with the devil, man. Honestly, it's like, okay, so you get chocolate, but then you get mosquitoes as well. It's oh god. Okay. Got another two to go. Let's go. So I'm just doing gesture and I do an artwork later. I just, choose a random artwork. Of course, I should mention that I'm doing all of this. Oh, I forgot an important part of the practice. I'm supposed to do one of the. I was supposed to do one just without any reference. Yep, I completely forgot I'm gonna do that. That was the entire point of this. That was the entire point of this. To build up my visual library at the same time. That was horrible. Am I regressing? Is my art regressing? Good point, good question. Okay, now we are gonna. You know what? I'm gonna. I prefer my scratchy brush. Yeah, I like this. I like this brush. Kind of. Mm, Okay, I don't know why I was humming so off tune like that, but let's do this. don't like the way they've done this particular thing, so I'm gonna change it. Okay, I think that's good. my art is my art quality is gone down the hill. I'm distracted. I have a friend coming in from Bangalore tomorrow, and I think he's not going to be in the country for a while. And I think that might be one of the reasons I'm so distracted, because I'm like thinking of what we can do tomorrow. I'm just thinking where I can take him, because Mysore such a small town, right? That's the issue. Mysore such a small town. Okay. This time I'm gonna be doing the entire artwork, but I'm gonna be doing it out of memory. Let's see if I remember. I'm gonna have to be a little. I didn't like the pose, the way they had done it, so I'm just changing it. Hey, look, I'm already improving. I'm inventing poses and all. Damn cool. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and invent this pose. Um, Kind of awkward there because the head's too big. Let's just fix that. This is a weird pose, but okay, I've changed the pose substantially. Hey, look, this is already paying dividends. This kind of art is, this kind of practice is already paying dividends. Did you look at that? So I think this, I don't know if this is copium. Let's do this better. So I believe this is gonna be the way I'm gonna defend myself. I didn't like the pose. I thought it was very inorganic. I thought it could have been done better, and that might have been the reason I had so much difficulty drawing it. Copium, copium. This is copium. This one is out of memory. I remember the initial way I drew certain things and I just built off of that. I know this is definitely not the same pose. I know that for a fact. Certain, okay. Mm, this is not necessary. Could have been better. There's a lot I could improve on, but all things said and done, I think this is pretty decent. Also, I think there's a mosquito somewhere here. I don't know if it's the same one that I killed, but no, if it's dead, it's dead. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I think my pose is better. I think it's a lot more organic. I think it pulls off the whole vibe more. I don't know. You're the judge. You be the judge. I forgot that the sixth attempt was basically supposed to be me essentially drawing that into that the character. That was a mistake, an oversight. I will not do that again. Okay. So it's time for another artwork of the day. Do we go for another nun? We draw another nun. What do we do? Not quite a nun, but let's go for something. Not quite a nun. This is not a nun. Should I? Yeah, I think I'll do that. It's on a new canvas. And I need a bigger monitor. This is one of the hugest disadvantages with this. Limited by your screen. I forgot to drink water, let me just stay hydrated. There you go. Okay. I took way too much time on the face. You know what, this time I'm gonna go with the... There you go, okay. Let's slightly change up the pose to be more in tune with my... let's just do it in a front facing. I've taken this reference. Most of these references are from Pinterest, and I'm just getting, just doing a study. Why am I drawing women on me? While I was in Hyderabad, I primarily studied the male anatomy, so I'm tired of drawing men. You have the truth, there you go. And also, one of the main reasons I started drawing was because I wanted to depict beauty, and I found that drawing women was a nice way I could do that. Not drawing traps yet. Okay, she's got her hand on this sofa. Just slightly above. Got long legs. Okay. The couch is there too. I mean, not a couch, what is it? It's an armchair. Sometimes my brain just goes blah, 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 and I forget what I'm supposed to be doing. Give me a second. I need to stretch my hands. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, let's go over it with a slight brush. Let's switch sides. This is why I keep forgetting that I need the reference on my thing. But you know what? Let's just correct it just based on my eye. Scusi. Benefits of using software. I suppose the way I could describe this particular reference is the model's wearing a sheer dress. It's black. Whoa, it's gonna be hard. I think I should emphasize this part a little more. So everybody downstairs is sick. I'm just upstairs chilling by myself because I felt sick first long ago and I got better also first long ago, which is good. Mm, leg looks weird. Excuse me. Just blocking that is, yeah, that works. And well, that reminds me, I have a bunch of photos I need to edit. I need to do that and send it away. Oh yeah, there's a bit of a controversy over Clip Studio finally deciding to move on to the subscription model, which was basically met by all of the artists with great IO. They didn't like that fact. Now I've always wondered how Clip Studio's model was sustainable. They did have an online store, to be fair, and they could generate revenue from that, but I didn't expect such a big betrayal, if I'm being honest. Essentially, Clip Studio, one of the main reasons I and many other artists used to recommend Clip Studio was the fact that it was a one-time purchase. You didn't have to pay a subscription. That was one of the main reasons that people preferred it to Adobe Photoshop, for example. But now that they're going down the same road, I honestly don't know if they're just gonna become a worthless cash grab. Because essentially, what Clip Studio's unique selling point was the whole, we're soft, we're very friendly, to we're very affordable, all of that. And yeah, man, like, I don't know, like I still, apparently what I've understood is they're not gonna phase out the original model, but they are gonna stop giving it updates. And if you want an update to the thing, you'll have to purchase the next version, which is traditionally how softwares have done. I'm not expecting like unlimited updates. I'm just wondering if they've come up with a very convoluted model as well for the program, for the whole thing. At this point, a lot of people are feeling betrayed, understandably. I guess. See, I had an inkling that this would happen ever since they got on to they got onto the App Store, and they were purely at that point on the App Store, they were only available as a subscription. And I knew as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, this seems like a death knell for Clip Studio's whole consumer friendly business practices. Because once they get, it's a business decision, dude. I get that, but it's not like I support it, right? Now, what I understand is a lot of, what do you call it? A lot of music softwares work on the same principle. You buy each iterative version of the software. Like, for example, what we have right now is called Clip Studio 1. And if you want Clip Studio 2, you purchase it. The thing is, with art softwares, there's not much that is added. Clip Studio seems kind of perfect as it is. I honestly don't know what kind of update they're gonna add to the software to make it look like, oh yeah, buy the new one, guys. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's gonna be worth it. And a lot of people are annoyed because of this whole announcement. They feel betrayed by it, and they've decided to go the free route. A lot of artists that I've seen are like, hey, I'm just gonna use Krita. To be fair, I'm not gonna use Krita because I own a copy of Clip Studio. I purchased it like during the whole pandemic scene where they had a 50% off. One of the best purchases I've ever made, easily. I love this software. I just hope they don't become a senseless cash grab. They've I've gotten so used to this software, man. I tried like what do you call it? You can get a student ID. You can get like a, what's that? A monthly 30-day trial. I tried the trial version of Photoshop. After a while, it wasn't the same. I had already adapted to this, and Photoshop is so buggy. I've seen some of my streamers just complain about how buggy Photoshop is. Clip Studio, by comparison, doesn't have any of those problems. I was just like, huh. No, it doesn't seem worth the hassle to do this. I'm just gonna go over this one more time. Just doing some shading and the rest. Maybe I should do a little bit of. Okay, let's add some features to the face, I suppose. I need to read more. Just realized that. I so recently I was going through my journal. I had this thing last year where I read like 29 books, and then I read this really important tweet by Naval Ravikant. I don't know what it was exactly, but essentially he said something along the lines of, it's not about the number of books that you go through, it's the number of books that go through you. And that just changed my perspective on reading after that. Maybe I'll keep track of the books that I read, but Ever since I got that, I started taking notes of the books. I started going over my notes. It completely changed the way I started reading, especially non-fiction. Fiction to leave, dude. I just run through the entire thing at my pace, you know, at a desirable pace that I find interesting and sustainable and all that. I messed up. What are things I could improve here? No doubt. My whole sketching process. Let's see. Doesn't quite convey the emotion I'm going for. No, this might ruin it. Or it might fix everything. Huh, that worked. Not bad. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Solved most of the problems I was having. Once I add in the color of the eyes, yeah, let's just leave it like that. Yeah. I just remembered something really important. This is one particular temple I haven't visited in a really long time, and I probably should. I should definitely go there, check it out. Okay, let's just wrap this up. I think this is good. Not good enough, but this is a sketch. This is pretty good for a sketch. Now, in the particular thing that I'm in the reference, you can actually see through everything. Yeah, but I'm not gonna go with that. I'm just gonna touch it up. A bit of sketchy vibes. Touch it up a little bit. Little shadow here, little shadow here, shadow here, shadow here. Yeah, I think that's good. Come on, wait. Quick paint sketch. Okay, I'm gonna end this here. I think this works. And let's put it all together. Shorten up. Yeah. There you go. That's it for today, folks. Thanks for coming. That's it for today. Hopefully, I will see you again tomorrow. And this continues. I plan to do at least 2 to 3 of these every week. But thank you for joining me today. I will see you again, hopefully, tomorrow. Goodbye, good night, and take care. Remember to stay hydrated. I didn't take a sip of water the entire time. Dear heaven.